Hey everyone, welcome to another A&R News, breaking news. Anyways, we try to drop these a couple times a week. This is just when news comes up in the pop culture world. I get together with obviously Elvin and myself. How you doing, Elvin?
I'm doing great.
Great. So we are just going to talk. There was some set photos that were dropped from Deadpool 3.
I'm doing my
Yes,
best
exactly.
Deadpool impression. I need guns and
Exactly.
samurai swords.
So obviously they're back filming because the strikes are all over. They
Yay!
did, yeah, they did. That's everything's back, but they were filming beforehand because they had dropped a set photo of. Now I think this wasn't a leak. This is from before the strike where we saw Deadpool and Hugh Jackman, and Hugh Jackman was in the yellow. I'm pretty sure that was like not a leak, but an actually released photo
Oh yeah, it was
at that
officially
point.
released. Ryan
Yeah,
Reynolds
yeah,
gave his blessing, said this is what we wanted everyone to see to get them all
yeah,
excited. Yeah, that was official.
exactly. But these photos that have just come up are set leaks. So if you don't like any spoilers or you don't want to,
Yeah, I'm
know
giving you
anything
a couple
about
of
this
seconds right
movie,
now. Don't look at
yes,
this, but maybe
don't look at this.
yeah, don't look at it. Maybe come back in a couple of minutes and then look at the hear our tail end of the story.
Exactly. Or yeah, exactly. So these, it's funny because actually Ryan Reynolds just came out as well on social media to say please don't share these leaks. But there's this fine line, right? Between, I mean, you think about it, it was a whole year ago when he sat on that couch and said, we wouldn't really sure what to do with Deadpool. And then you see Hugh Jackman walk behind him and he says, "Hey, Hugh, you want to play Wolverine again?" He walks up the stairs. "Sure, Ryan." So, he's already telling people what this movie, who's going to be in this movie, which is a huge selling point that Wolverine's coming back. Then we've also heard that Jennifer Gardner is definitely coming back as Elektra, and so in these photos, there's one where you can see it looks like Sabretooth. Excuse me. There's one that looks like Sabretooth from the original X-Men film. There's one that looks like some vehicles as well. One looks like it's Red Skull car from Captain America: First Avenger. The other one looks like a van from Moon Knight, the last series Moon Knight. So, this stuff always comes out. People contemplate about it. People get upset and obviously stuff like that. But to me, it's as long as from my point of view, as long as the story isn't coming out, like if someone dropped the whole script online, obviously I'd be like, I'm not reading that, which I don't think people can, or you'd get sued. But I don't mind little set photo leaks here and there.
It's the
What
world
are
we
your
live in.
thoughts? Yeah,
It's so difficult to keep things under wrap. It's so difficult now. They if you also didn't mention there's also X-23, the girl that played in the Wolverine. She's all grown up now, and
right, right.
I thought she was fantastic in that movie. She was right there with Hugh Jackman in terms of acting. She did a fantastic job, and that relationship only grew and grew so much till the very end, where you just get teary eyed, and you just really feel for her of how everything unfolds in front of her and going
Right.
through such traumatic situations after situations, like crazy stuff. And the sheer anger she brought onto the screen was awesome because she's supposed to be a Wolverine, right? They're not cuddly, friendly creatures, right? So
Hmm.
you can see
Hmm.
that animalistic acting that she brought forward, and I thought it was awesome. And she's supposed to be in here as well. So all kinds of leaks are coming out, and he's trying to tell people, hey, let's not spread it. Look, the cat's out of the bag, man. Once one
Yeah,
video gets sent out there, it's gonna get um, copied and played by millions overnight. Right? It's just
yeah,
a trickle
yeah,
effect. You can't stop it. It's a tsunami.
yeah.
So I just think me and you talked about it. Like, if you want to keep secrets, throw a lot of fake ones out there. Really get people talking, and then tell them, "Hey, gotcha." That's what happens when you start spreading fake news here, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Throw it off, and
With
you can even have them in your Blu-rays, as a
yeah,
deleted scenes,
yeah,
right?
yeah. They could usually just they could actually get to a point where they just use AI to create a bunch of fake images, put those up,
There you
get
go.
people talking about that. Yeah, I think it's actually a smart idea to start creating uh we've seen stuff fake in trailers before, and Marvel has done that.
Yeah,
But I think
I got
to
duped into one of
make
those. Yeah,
yeah, I mean there was the famous Infinity War when they're Captain America's running with the Hulk,
yeah,
and that
that's the
was
one.
never in the
Yeah,
movie.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Everyone got
And
duped on that
actually
one.
Star Wars Rogue One did a lot of that too in their trailers. There's all kinds of stuff that was never in the movie. But I think it's actually smart to do. I mean, when you go back to the 80s, Empire Strikes Back, when they're filming it, the film's called Blue Harvest. So no one could know that they were filming Strikes Back or the sequel to Star Wars. So I think it's actually smart to do some fake if they really are worried about it. But again, like I said, it's this sort of fine line because you want to get people excited. That's why they're showing Hugh Jackman. Like, why didn't Ryan Reynolds just keep that quiet? Why is he telling everyone that Hugh Jackman's in it?
Yeah.
And then there's a
I
fine line
think that would have
between,
been really hard to keep because he's going to be
yeah,
on set for like 90% of the movie, right? I
yeah.
think that would be
Well,
really
that's
hard.
just it. Yeah, and I mean, you could show him, but once you show someone else from those original X-Men movies, then you're like, okay, well, then probably we're going to see all of them, right? Like, is Deadpool gonna go back to all X-Men movies from the past? Like anybody can pop up. Actually, I think it actually makes more excitement because you're not going to see who is going to pop up in these set leaks. You might see one person, but that sparks your interest to be like, oh, maybe all these other people are going to show up. So I actually think it's not a bad thing to see these set photos.
I think having the AI inserted cameos or storylines, I think it's really good because they can even play with this and say, is this real or fake? Is it AI
Yeah,
or real? Right? Like, they can
yeah,
play along with this. I think movie studios should do this for all things that are going to be really secretly, try to keep under wraps, because you're not going to win with everyone having a cell phone. Sometimes people having more than one cell phone in their pockets. You're not going to
hmm,
win. Someone's going to try to get a scoop, especially if they're trying to have a podcast or a YouTube channel gain traction. They're going to do everything they can to get some of these juicy leaks out there, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
create a whole bunch of fake ones, get the curiosity going, and tell them, is it fake or is it real? I think Ryan Reynolds should just go with it, go along with it, just have fun with it, right?
Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing he should do with it. He should take it. We know what Deadpool's like, right? All he does is make fun of everyone. Like, use that,
Yeah,
right? Use it in the movie.
show some like paint pictures of people saying, or like lines from people's tweets, or
Yeah,
YouTube videos, and say, look at this guy, blah blah blah, blur out the YouTube so don't even give him the credit, right?
yeah,
Look at this clown, right? He thinks this guy's gonna show up. Is he? I don't know. Right?
yeah.
Like,
Or actually start a whole scene with like Toad or Sabretooth, and then stop the scene and say, no, sorry, that was a
you're
fake.
fired.
You know? Yeah, exactly.
Remember that scene in the
So
Deadpool where he's interviewing all those people?
yes,
Do
yeah,
something
for
like
X
that.
Force.
Play with it, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
the
exactly. It's
possibilities
the
are endless.
perfect.
What you could do.
It's and plus, he's going to play around with the whole timeline thing, right? Like he's got to make fun of if he's going to the past or if it's a multiverse or whatever's happening. He's going to make fun of it. He's going to make fun of Endgame or something like that, or say something like that didn't make any sense when
Yeah.
when whatever this happened in
It would be
Endgame.
hilarious if you got Tom Hiddleston to come on as an interviewer,
Yeah,
and then just sit across each other like ABC would sit across the president and talk about something. It's like, are you
yeah,
gonna come on
yeah,
to Deadpool? Am I? Am I?
yeah. Are you going to be? Yeah, they should have a whole scene. Are you going to be in the new Deadpool movie? But make it in the movie.
I
So,
don't know if I have the
yeah,
time for it.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
he could have so much fun. Like, he can make a TV show out of this if he wanted to.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
but I mean, him saying that it don't share it, maybe maybe that's a ruse. Maybe that he is
Yeah,
doing this on purpose. Who knows? He
yeah,
is a brilliant man, so he might just say, "I'm going to tell everybody don't share it," but that's going to be the opposite, which is what we want. We want people
yeah.
to share this, and maybe this is a fake one that everyone's going to be
Mhm.
like, "What happened to that? Why is that not in the movie?" And then he'll come
Yeah,
on and say, "Gotcha!" At the end, it's like a end credit scene. Ah, you
yeah,
thought we are going to do that, huh?
yeah,
In his robe.
yeah, yeah. Well, like you said, I mean, when we think back to 2 years ago when No Way Home came out, and everyone's like, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and they did a good job of hiding it. And every time they got interviewed, they said, "No, I'm not in this film. I'm not in this film." So, as we get closer to Deadpool, is it going to be, people interviewing, what's his name, Professor X, who plays that, right? Because everyone's thinking that he's going to pop up or Magneto's going to pop up, and once you
Patrick
start
Stewart, you mean?
seeing
Patrick Stewart?
Patrick Stewart, yeah, sorry, Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, like once you start seeing these characters, like I said before, then you're going to assume how can they show, Storm and Cyclops and not show Professor X, or how can they show, and we already, not that I saw it, but I know at the end of the Marvels we already had Beast come back, right?
Well, we did
That was
have in the other Deadpool movie, we did have the whole X-Men team there,
right for
right?
a second when he opened the
Yeah, for a
door and
second.
saw them. Yeah.
Albeit, um,
But that was X Men. That
yeah,
was X Men.
the newer, yeah, yeah.
The
So
newer,
albeit
the
the
newer
newer
group.
one, but still, we did have
Yeah,
them there, and maybe we'll have the Mansion show up again. It is locally here where he filmed most of the movie, anyways. So it's not
yeah,
like he has to fly the team down to somewhere else. It's right by;
yeah,
they can film it. But
yeah.
it's gonna be crazy, man. I think it's gonna do gangbusters at the theater. I think this
Again,
movie will surpass
yeah.
600 million easy.
It's the only real
Yeah,
MCU film next year, right? It's like they're not. There's nothing else coming out. So usually they release like at least what was there was this year's Ant Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the Marvels for
Yeah,
the.
Captain Marvel. Yeah, I think it will do better than Ant Man and Captain Marvel combined.
I agree.
I don't know if it's got the traction to beat Guardians. It might. You know what? I think it will beat it, but it'll be very close. Because I think
Yeah.
what did the Guardians do? I think like 800 million. I think around
Uh,
there. So they did around. I think they did around 800 plus, but it's definitely going to beat Ant Man and Marvel, which is such an embarrassment for Disney. Like you have Ryan Reynolds, who this is a Fox IP. This is not even a Disney IP. It is now officially, but it
yeah.
started over at Fox, and it started with this guy saying, "I'm going to take this and do a low budget version of it, and it's going to destroy everything." Remember, his first movie was a low budget movie, right?
Right. Yeah.
And he
It's
he
true.
did awesome with it. So I think this is going to be a awakening call for Disney. Like, holy smokes! Like, we should stop with the agenda stuff and just do a good movie. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who's in it. Just do a good movie. Write it really well, and everything else will fall into place. Right?
Yeah.
Start the foundation strong, and that's what he always does with his scripts. He starts the script strong, and
Yeah.
then puts everything into place afterwards.
Well,
Because
he basically.
who's the director? Does anybody know the director from the first one? Not everybody can just blow it out of the head. It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't matter because it's written so well. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. But he basically took like I didn't even know who Deadpool was, right?
There you
Like,
go.
and now he's like, for a lot of people, he's one of their favorite characters because not only is the first Deadpool and the second Deadpool, they're both very well made, and there's that whole meta, and the comedy is great, and the action and everything, but the way like edit a version where all the everything is taken out and it's just the funny parts because I think she'd find it hilarious. But yeah,
Well, the funniest parts are when he is violent.
yeah,
When he's snorting the smell of the gunshot, right?
yeah,
The
yeah,
smell of the actual smoke from the gun, right? When he goes up, and then
yeah, yeah.
how he gets decapitated. Like when he's getting his body all twisted sideways. Like, that's gonna hurt tomorrow, kind of thing, right? So, and then remember the limbs that are small little baby legs that
Oh
he
yeah, and the second one, yeah, yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah,
those
yeah.
kind of things make
So
this IP so good, right?
yeah.
He's really
Anyways,
yeah.
we'll have to see what happens between now because this is not coming out. Deadpool 3 is not coming out till July 1st next year, 2024. So it's a summer movie, and it'll be huge for sure, like you said. So it was interesting to see what else. Like you know, they're probably rushing now to try to make a trailer or as your favorite, a teaser
Yeah.
for
A teaser of a
earlier
teaser.
a teaser of a trailer, but I'm sure they are trying to rush because they want to pique more people's interest. So I'm thinking, early in the new year or March or something will drop for a
I
trailer.
wonder, wouldn't it be a troll job to drop the trailer doing Aquaman in the theater? DC
That's
Marvel,
true.
like we'll just drop it
Yeah,
here just before Aquaman.
yeah. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what else comes out. But I'm excited for this movie. Like, and if there's more set photos, I don't care. I'm gonna look at them. They don't bother me.
Absolutely, it's not going to bother me about spoilers. I think it's just going to pique my interest even more.
Yeah,
Look, you
exactly.
get a picture of something, but then you're like, okay, what is the story and why did they go there? Like, it
Yeah,
to me, it just piques my interest more rather than like, oh, this guy's in there, it's ruined it for me. It doesn't
yeah,
bother me. Maybe for others it does, but to me, it's just like, hey, awesome, cool. Another reason why I'm going to go see it day one, right? So
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
It's worse when they drop a trailer and they basically show you the whole movie in the trailer. Then you're like, okay, I don't have to see that, and I didn't
yeah.
want to anyways. It's better to
For
have
everyone that's
these little
watching this,
teases.
let us know. Like, do you prefer this? So you don't want to see it? Like, do you watch trailers? Do you like leaks or don't like leaks? Let us know in the comment section because I'm really interested in what people have to say about it.
Yeah. And make sure you hit the like and subscribe and check out all our feeds in the A&R universe and check our weekly shows. But other than that, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys later.
Take care. Bye.